read Enid Blyton, The Secret Seven, I think it was called. You know, that series, which were basically mysteries in the sense of, you know, clues, investigation, tricks, and so on, with a bunch of children. Yeah, so I started reading those when I was about 6. I probably went more down the thriller route. Then after W.E. Johns, which was a sort of another kids series, then I was into Alistair MacLean from about the age of 10. So that was more thrillerish, I think. I did, yeah. I found it in what I assume, looking back on it, must have been a record store. This was April 1969, I remember that. And where I lived was a decent-sized city, but it was formal in the sense of the retail trade. And there was a big bookstore, but it would not have carried these books because they were direct imports from the US, pulp paperbacks with extremely lurid covers. And The Damned and the Destroyed caught my eye because it was a story about drug addiction, which was presumably why it was on sale at that time in that place. But then when I read it, it turned out to be a very solidly plotted thriller about that post-war generation, the solid guy who is now a private eye. And his case is about this rich girl who has stolen stuff from her family in order to fund her drug habit. And the private investigator had to do two things. One was to get the stolen property back because there was some heirloom jewelry involved, and also to try and bust up the drug ring to save the life of the young girl. I try and make it just random. You know, obviously, yeah, there's a lot of stuff where you're asked to read something for a blurb or you want to stay current with whoever the new author is. But then other times I'll try and replicate that 1969 experience exactly, which is just to pretend I'm a normal guy or, you know, just pretend I'm that teenager again. In fact, once a year when I go on vacation, I do what I call the supermarket thing, which is I'll just go to the supermarket and choose 12 books from whatever is on their paperback rack. And I'll choose them in the way that normal people choose them, which is the look of the package, you know, the cover, the blurb on the back. Is it a good-looking, glossy product? Is it thick and meaty? And I'll just choose 12 at random. And you know what? It's surprising how good they are. You know, most books are really good.